starting the third Perek of Pesahim, and it talks about mixtures of Hametz, which is different than full-out Hametz. So let's see. Elu ovrin b'Pesach. These you still have to burn for Pesach. Number one is kutach habavli. Kutach habavli, the Gemara talks about this. In Bavel, they made a type of cheese bureka, or a cheese dish, which was with cheese and with spoiled dough. So the question is, you might say that if it's like maybe sourdough, you call it spoiled dough, it might be like not good, but at the end of the day, they still ate it, and it was considered good. So even though the actual chametz element is a little bit spoiled, it's still chametz, and you have to burn it. V'shechar hamadi, the Medim would make a certain type of beer. So this beer was with dates, with barley, and they had water, and the barley element was a smaller amount, but nevertheless it was still present. And though it was a mixture of chametz, you have to still get rid of it. V'chometz ha'adomi. In Edom, they made a certain type of vinegar, and this vinegar was with wine. But in addition to the wine that went spoiled, so it turns to vinegar, they would also add barley in there so that it would make it more potent. And because there's a mixture, even though there's a mixture, you still have to get rid of it. The zitum hamitzri. Zitum hamitzri is an Egyptian thing that they would drink this type of drink with barley, salt, and water. They would drink it for medical purposes to help their stomach in digestion. So you would say maybe it's like a medicine, or no. So it's because it's straight up seorim, barley, then it is chametz and it is forbidden. V'zoman shel tzabain. Painters would have, I don't know the exact reason for it, but it seems like they would have a bucket of water with barley, and that already, the water makes the barley into chametz, and they would clean their paintbrushes or something, but they would use that as part of their work, and that was not allowed. V'amilan shel tabachin. Amilan shel tabachin is, they would sometimes, when you're cooking, maybe back in the day it was more prevalent, but you put a lid on your pot, but there's still some steam sticking out. So they would take dough and cover that so that everything would really stick into the pot. So that was not allowed on Pesach, even though that dough is going to be like kind of ruined and it's going to just used for like sticking, but still that was not allowed on Pesach. The kolan shel sofrin. Kolan shel sofrin is people that would make books, or they would make parchment, they would make things. So what they would use is they would take the leftover, like the dirt of a mill, where they would mill wheat to turn to flour. Now the dirt was a mixture of actual dirt, that's things that were around, but there was always elements of little flour in there. They would put some water, it would be a bit sticky, like a little dough with some dirt, and they would use that to stick papers together. So, or like bind kind of papers, bind the book. So that was also not allowed. Huh? For binding, right? You see that? That's Mishna. Yeah, so that's what it is. Chazak. Rabbi Eliezer says, Af tachshite nashim. Even the for jewelry of woman jewelry. So he says that sometimes they would take some dough, it seems like, and they would put various elements in there, and it would help for their hair. It would help for their hair. It would help for their skin. So this thing also, because it was dough inside, it was also forbidden. But the Mefarshim say the halacha is not like Rabbi Eliezer, because this case it was really a little bit. It was really not even recognizable as dough anymore. It was really not ra'ui achilat kelev at all, that a dog can't even eat it at all, and therefore that is allowed. Zeh klal, the Mishnah ends with a rule. This is the rule. Kol shu mimin dagan, anything that is from the grains that you can make matzah from, those grains, hareze over b'Pesach. That's what you violate on if it turns to chametz on Pesach. But harehu elu ba'azhara. These are just a lo ta'aseh. It's a lo ta'aseh. En bahem mishum karet. It's not karet. It's not the violation of karet because it is a mixture. So we'll just do this Mishnah for today, and we will continue on the third Perek Be'ezrat Hashem tomorrow. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chananya ben Akasheh Omer Etzak Kadosh Baruch Hu Lezakot et Yisraficha Chibaram Torom So Shneimar Adonai Hafetz Man Tzidko Yagdil Torah ve'yadir.